tonight to watch this one. Lakers and the Cavaliers settle in. It's a pretty fun team to watch, this Cavs squad, and the first shot.
Hey guys, what's happening and welcome back to our channel. AD, as he's called, is close to becoming one of the all-time great power forwards and central to play in the NBA. Although he did receive the Rookie of the Year award in 2012, he was not always perceived to go this far in his career. There were a lot of holes in his game, and people thought that the only advantage he had over others was his height, which he could work around, and he did. Here is how much Anthony Davis improved since his rookie year. Number 5, durability. Even when he debuted back in 2012, he was 7 feet tall, and he scored an impressive 21 points and 7 rebounds against the San Antonio Spurs as he was playing for the New Orleans Hornets. They lost though, but not by a very large margin. The team they were facing was just too experienced and had recruited seasoned veterans like Tim Duncan and Tony Parker. Tim Duncan especially seen too much for Davis. Duncan was then a 2-time MVP and 13-time All-Star. It's safe to say that Anthony Davis had also been pushed around quite a bit during that game and throughout his rookie season. As alluded to as earlier, he is tall, but during his first year, he was very scrawny and skinny and was pushed around quite a bit. This hasn't been the case anymore now because he has gained considerable weight and muscle mass, which allows him to push back at everyone trying to put him to the ground. He can finally defend without being thrown to the side and can now stop shots from even the biggest and sturdiest guys in the game. He has also improved his ability to get back up after being knocked down to his butt. He is pushed and shot very often, and whenever he falls, which is very often at times, he rises to his feet again to block, sway, and thwart points to be taken by the opposition team. He's a real fighter now, unlike in his rookie year. The fact that he wasn't very durable in his first year compared to what we see him now as is quite baffling. One thing that was also quite bothersome in his rookie career was his consistent injuries all throughout the year, where after his first game he suffered a concussion and in the same month an ankle injury. He suffered 3 more injuries in that season, 2 of them coming from mediocre collisions from Brock Lopez and Marcus Thornton.
Being able to play at a fast pace and yet not turn the ball over, that's not a turnover, that's Davis on the slam.
Number 4, range. For levers as long as his, he wasn't known very much for his ability to score from range. That's not exactly saying that he was bad at throwing from range. In the NBA, you need to be phenomenal at a certain skill, then only you can stand out. Otherwise, it would be very hard to be distinguished from 100 different players already in the league. He was good, but he just wasn't good enough to be noticed, however. Fortunately though, this has changed considerably now since 2012. He has scored considerably from the 3-pointer range multiple times. He has helped the Lakers win multiple times because of his incredibly from-a-range accuracy, which has improved considerably since his rookie years. He was never as consistent as he is right now. He excels in high-pressure situations wherein he has to score quick 3-pointers to take the game away from the opposing team or get his team back in the game after giving away a major lead. He has made somewhat of a habit of making 3-pointers in situations of high pressure and high stakes. How he made the improvement is not clear yet. Reasonably, one can assume that it took countless hours of practice to get to the level of where he is now. One thing that may have helped him with scoring his consistent 3-pointer shots could have been his height. It would be much easier for him to aim from his height than for other guys of smaller stature, as his line of vision would better help him to make his shots much more accurate.
As well, a lot of time here.
2.1 seconds remaining. Denver a foul to give. Jokic trying to disrupt Rondo.
Number 3, fatal frame. There's been very significant change in how Anthony Davis has amended and adapted his frame into his play. Before, he hadn't been able to adapt his large frame into his game to use to his advantage. He has pushed around and crossed very easily, which led to him conceding a very significant portion of points that could generally be avoided, and that resulted in his team losing a very significant portion of their games. He understood that, and before he could reach great lengths, he had to learn how to use this particular advantage of his height and stature into his game to block a significant portion of the shots that were being scored against him. He was too slow as well because of his large frame, despite being incredibly fit. The more you weigh, the more difficult it is for you to move around. No matter how fit you are, you will get very tired if you're carrying a considerable portion of the weight on you. His frame was more of a liability for him than an asset. He worked very hard on this and improved his cardio and henceforth his speed, and now he moves very fluently and with great ease. He can now use his large stature to his advantage by attacking the players of the opposing team and not allowing them to score off of him as frequently. It's very difficult now to get the ball past him without not giving away possession. How he improved is once again difficult to understand. It took, no doubt, however, a lot of hard work and a lot of hours in the gym and accepting his flaws.
According to me, I'm 6'10".
According to you?
According to me, I'm 6'10".
What does that mean, according to you?
We get...
Catching. It's amazing how much Anthony Davis has improved in terms of his catching ability. Yes, his stature and the fact that he can leap much further than others help, but this doesn't help as much as you think it does. Height comes into play when the ball is thrown very high, but teams in the NBA have developed a strategy wherein they throw the ball at a very specific position, far enough from tall players and just close enough to their strategically placed teammate. He was simply outplayed back then, but now he can see flaws in the placement of the opposition and makes his moves to exploit their positions so that the throw ends up being high instead of precise, which he then uses to his advantage.
You threw a virtual lob from Lebron to yourself. I want to know, how many times do you think that happened in real life this season?
Oh, I just saw a stat.
Number 1, pick and roll. Now that he moves much more swiftly than before and with much more durability, he can now play excellent pick and rolls. It's a great way to get additional setup points if you're down. Pick and rolls are very difficult to stop and anticipate and leave you wrong-footed more often than not. That's why Anthony Davis is considered a great offensive player as well as an excellent defensive player. He's been able to distinguish himself considerably from the rebound scorer that he was primarily thought of and hailed as. So do give us your thought on Anthony Davis's improvements since his rookie year in the comments section below. And while you're doing that, do show us some support by hitting the like button on this video and subscribing to our channel if you like more content such as this in the future. And with that, I'll be catching you guys later in another video. Bye now.